Embrace of Night, Cecilion. Passive, Overflowing. Each time Cecilion hits an enemy with a skill, his max mana increases. Cecilion has very high max mana and mana regen, and his skill damage increases with his max mana. First skill, Bat Impact. Cecilion summons a giant bat that dives into the target location, dealing magic damage to enemies in its path before exploding at the destination for additional magic damage. Each subsequent cast of this skill within 6 seconds will cost more mana. Cecilion also gains movement speed when this skill is cast. Second skill, Sanguine Claws. Cecilion summons a pair of opposing claws at a target location that pulls enemies to the middle after a short delay, dealing magic damage and immobilizing them. Ultimate, Bat's Feast. Cecilion unleashes his blood demon power, gaining movement speed and becoming immune to slow effect, while continuously firing bolts of blood energy at nearby enemies, dealing damage and slowing them. Each bolt also restores Cecilion's HP. In the laning phase, use Cecilion's second skill to pull enemies together, then repeatedly hit them with his first skill. In teamfights, initiate with Cecilion's ultimate to slow the enemy, then hit them with his first skill. When the time is right, pull the enemies together using his second skill and spam his first skill for damage.
Unstoppable! An enemy has been slain. Double kill!
Cecilion's power scales more as the game goes on, which means he can be a late-game powerhouse but lacks damage early on. Upgrade Cecilion's first skill at level 1, and continue to prioritize upgrading it as his primary source of damage. Both Cecilion's first skill and second skill have a fixed casting range, so it's crucial for him to keep the proper distance from the target in order to land those skills. Misjudging the distance may cause his skills to miss entirely. Even though Cecilion's first skill can be cast continuously at the cost of extra mana, it's not recommended to overuse it since Cecilion won't have stacked enough mana in the early game and cannot fight without mana. Cecilion and Carmilla share a romantic bond with each other. When they are on the same team and close to each other, Cecilion will acquire a special skill that allows Carmilla to become a shadow around him and get a shield from their union. Lightning Truncheon is Cecilion's core piece of equipment because it provides damage that scales with max mana, synergizing perfectly with his passive. Build Divine Glaive for him in the late game to increase his damage to frontline heroes. For battle spells, we recommend Sprint for Cecilion. The extra movement speed provided by Sprint will help Cecilion maintain the proper distance from his target. Flame Shot is also a good choice for Cecilion, since it provides more damage after controlling the enemy with his second skill and can help improve his survivability. Cecilion counters less mobile fighters like Balmond and Terizla because these heroes have a hard time getting close to Cecilion, while Cecilion can more easily hit them with his skills. Cecilion is countered by assassins who can quickly close the gap, like Ling and Fanny, because Cecilion lacks defensive tools and his normal skills cannot hit enemies in melee range. Cecilion works well with tanks with sustained CC abilities, such as Carmilla and Minotaur, since their CC can help Cecilion land his skills. Cecilion should focus on farming in the early game, use his first skill frequently to stack up his passive to increase his mana, and poke the enemy when the opportunity arises. During mid to late game teamfights, Cecilion should stay safely behind his team as a main damage dealer, and bombard the enemy with his first skill for steady, sustained damage.